down and carry on. You fight like hell, turn the other cheek. It's what separates the strong from the weak. And that's just the way that the line gets drawn. You gotta keep on living till the fight is gone.
Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of 10-Minute Misconduct. We are official FPH podcast. We have our host tonight, Taylor, Ed, and
Hey guys.
we have Adam joining us tonight, guys.
Doing good.
I'm
Living the
doing
dream.
wonderful. How are you? Hello, Alex. Thank you for coming to the show this week.
Absolutely. I'm fired up to be here.
Great week to have you too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing good.
Are we having some technical difficulties? I'm thinking. Okay. So how you doing this year? What are you thinking about last weekend and all that stuff? Can I bring set out last weekend? Just get that off the bat.
Yeah. I think it was just a tough weekend for us. They had the whole team had a week off, and it was just tough getting back together and stuff. We thought we'd come in strong after the new year, but we watch a lot of video now, figuring out what to do to get a couple wins under our belt.
Right. And what's the most that you are you watching videos? Like, what are you doing? Like practicing and all that stuff to try to get better? Or like,
yeah. We
what
watch.
kind of training do you do?
We're doing a lot of system stuff right now and stuff, trying to gel as a team. We're watching every period of the game of every game right now. We played on the weekend, so we're basically doing a game a day, and we're just going over our mistakes and also our good things. Got to try and keep it somewhat positive out there. So yeah, we're working off that.
And are you working on your promo skills? Like I mentioned to you before the show, that you look a lot like Kevin Owens. So are you getting your promotion skills down to take over the microphone during the intermission to get the crowd riled up and all that stuff too?
Oh yeah, we're doing it all out there, eh? Gotta keep it interesting for the fans.
So I guess one more question before I put to Taylor. So far this year, what's the best memory or best emotion for this year so far?
Oh man, I've had some good ones. I've been all over, as you know. I had a lot of fun in Knox, and coming to Waithville, just the way the team actually brought me in, they've just treated the vets, older guys like gold, and it's just been great.
So everybody across the Fed or hockey in general, they know what you're known for, okay? The penalty minutes.
Yeah.
In Delaware, you had 401 in 62 games. Nice. That's a little over 6 minutes of a game. And so far in Blue Ridge, you're at 53 in 10 games. Pretty impressive. I like that.
Oh yeah.
And you've been in you've been with 3 teams this year with a Fed, and that was after Knoxville. Do you think you found home yet?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is it for now. Absolutely. Columbus was a good spot. I didn't see eye to eye with the coach, and then Watertown, I wasn't really happy in Watertown. That was a bit of a gong show there, so I ended up here, and I'm definitely happy being here for sure. Zimmer, the coach here, is just doing an amazing job treating it like pro hockey, and he's treating it the way it should be.
Good deal. You've been quite the traveling man. I see based on your stat, your elite prospect profile. Where's your favorite place you played?
Knoxville. Knoxville is probably one of the best I've played for sure. It's a very fun town there. It's got to stay out of trouble there though, for sure.
Yeah, that is a college town.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun there. It's a bigger city too, right? And oh no, it's just a blast. There's a lot more to do. You know, there's nothing wrong with the smaller towns. You end up I like it more up in the northern areas. To be honest, feels more like Canadian hockey. Like here,
There
it's
you
even
go.
freezing cold during the day. Yeah, it's dark out. You're just pissed off. You want to go to the rink and take the anger out.
um, Taylor was telling me that your is in the box, and that's it, that you look like Kevin Owens. I would love to see people in the league start carrying signs to the arena, say like, fight Basey, fight, and all that stuff, and like you hold them up in the air and just get you going and all that stuff. That'd be great. I would love seeing some pictures this weekend with signs says fight Basey, fight. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, I remember all the signs. We used to have a lot in Delaware, but they got all banned. Remember the town was trying to ban it or
Oh,
something? You hear about that?
yeah, and there's a team that banned cowbells. Who was that? Or is it cowbells or some sort of devices? I think it was is it
That
Baton
was
Rouge,
Danbury.
Danbury. Yeah.
the Danbury? Yeah. So I guess sooner or later, not you're only gonna be able to bring in like confetti or something like that. You get excited, don't say a word, just confetti, pop it up, and there you go.
Yeah.
Do we have Anna back? Do you hear us, Anna?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me?
I
Oh
can hear
yeah.
you right now. Yes.
Okay,
So if you want to
fantastic.
go ahead, Anna.
Okay, hopefully this wasn't asked yet, but we got a ton of questions in the chat already. But let's start off with a fun one. I want to wish everyone a happy New Year. What is your New Year's resolution, Alex?
My New Year's resolution. Oh, there we go. Stay with one team. No,
What?
just
That's not fun.
I know. Just finish off the year strong here in Waithville and just have a good time. Honestly, getting older and
There you go.
every New Year's is just keep battling through and get better every day.
Oh, are you liking it down there in Whitfield?
I enjoy it a lot. It's a smaller town, not as small as Delaware, but it's great. It's been great so far. I drove like 14 hours last Wednesday, and we went straight to Columbus. So I just ended up seeing the town a little bit yesterday, so that's been good.
Did you see the place with the pencil? I think it's like an office supply store, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I'm gonna have to check it out, eh?
Yeah, it's huge. It's like bigger than a bus, so you can't miss it.
Yeah, for sure.
You're driving 14 hours here. Are you flying anywhere? Are you earning any air miles anywhere?
Sure.
By the end of the year, you can go to Panama or something like that and have a nice little
Oh,
vacation, something like
I'm driving everywhere. I love a good drive.
that. There you go.
Yeah, nothing better than having your vehicle when you're down here for sure. Especially like when I was in Knox getting called, like getting sent down, or if you ever get called back, it's just a short little drive.
Right. Do they reimburse you for gas and all that stuff, I assume?
Yeah, most teams do.
Oh,
Most
most.
teams do. Most,
Who
not all,
doesn't?
not all,
Not all.
not all. Some teams definitely treat better than others. One saying about Columbus, they treat you really well. They're good on that stuff for sure. They're also a bigger organization, right? So they're
Right. Like
solid about
Ignite
it.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Anna, do you have any questions from our audience members right
On
now?
the chat?
Do you have a couple for us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go get there.
I don't know if we want to touch on this first or not, but a lot of people have questions about this past weekend in Mississippi, specifically regarding Helen. Is there any way you can kind of walk us through like what happened from the beginning of warmups through that entire game?
Absolutely. There's nothing really happening in warm-ups, and then I think it was Marty he went after. He's not even really a tough guy, and he was trying to run around. So I went out there and grabbed him, spun him around, said we're going, and then I just beat the piss out of him a bit, and he thought I jumped him, and I'm like, you're an idiot. The amount of times I've been in this league, and that's not a jump him. Then he comes out there, and I don't know what he was thinking after they scored, come from the bench, and he throws absolute pillows, so nothing ended up happening, and he just kind of hit me, and we just kind of went down. It was honestly embarrassing on his part, but the thing I was upset is like he gets one game for that. Like, what's the difference in what Amesbury did to Weber last season? He got 14 games. Different
Valid.
is Amesbury knows how to throw. Amesbury knows how to throw a punch. So somebody gets hurt, so he gets 14 games. Right? It's crazy. I know it was against me, so let's just give the kid one game. That's basically what it feels like, right?
I do think I remember seeing a clip where he was yelling at you guys or yelling at you from the penalty box, and I think I overheard him saying, "And I'm still pretty."
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. He looks like he's 12 years old. Hasn't hit
Oh my
puberty
God.
yet.
And I think Taylor was going to explain a little bit because I know some of the fans were like pretty upset about why Helen had a suspension and you didn't. And we were trying to explain a little bit about dropping the gloves versus not. So Taylor, can you kind of talk us through that a little bit?
Yeah. So what people don't understand, especially in Mississippi, it seems like, is when you get the aggressor, by definition in the rule book, it's the player who continues to throw punches in attempt to inflict punishment on his opponent who is in a defenseless position or an unwilling combatant. For one, Basey didn't even drop the gloves, and Basey was down on the ice already. To me, that was another Bazarin ordeal with him. He should have easily got 4 games with that if you want to, apple for apple.
Yeah.
And then the whole instigator, he literally skated across. He left the players' area, skated 85 feet across the rink, and didn't even give Basey time to even take his gloves off, and just socked him in his head, and that's when Basey dropped, and he continued to well on him. The difference
Absolutely.
is Basey allowed him to drop his gloves, and he did not allow Basey to drop the gloves.
He also didn't have a fighting strap on, I don't think. That's supposed to be an automatic game. And I stopped throwing once he was jerseyed, once the refs come in.
Yeah.
It's courtesy for players. Once you're jersey and stuff, refs jump in, so you stop throwing. So that's exactly what I did.
And I want to touch on, I think people also don't understand, not only are you extremely nice off the ice, I think any fan would truly be happy to have you in their own sweater, but they don't want to play against you. I remember when you were on Delaware, and as a Dragon fan, I was like, oh, super frustrated. But seeing you in a Columbus sweater, I'm like, bro, let's go. Let's go.
Absolutely. I get that a lot for sure. And anybody can come up, shake my hand. I'll chat with anyone for sure. Do a lot of community stuff and everything. Yeah, I get that a lot. Columbus it was fun going there playing, and a lot of fans said the exact same thing you said. I completely hated you, couldn't stand you, but I'm happy you're here.
So do you think that in the league, talking about suspensions and stuff, do you feel, in your humble opinion, that they hand out suspensions fairly in this league? Or do you think it's based on who you know type policy?
I think it's on who you know. I think they kind of this new guy, I just think he's a little out to lunch with it. He's kind of turned into college hockey, it feels like, more than pro. And it's just like every night something different. You know what I mean? There's no consistency at all.
And
It's been like
turns,
that.
right?
Yeah, it's been like that for years though. Like he'll just randomly one guy will get 12 games, one guy will get 2 games. Depends who you are. If they say they don't judge you off your past, but that's bullshit.
Or it depends. It depends on if the commissioner got laid that night or not, right?
Yeah, there you go. Eh?
Shout out to you, Kernan.
I don't think he's getting laid a lot then.
Oh, that's great.
But we love you also, Kernan. I know
Yeah.
you're not my biggest fan, and I get that, but
I like Kernan. Kernan's a good guy. I chat with him all the time at the rinks whenever I get to see him.
He does seem like a nice guy. I've reached out to him a few times, like for questions regarding different things, throughout last season. So Lee Marion had a question in the chat. Like right here it says, what's the hardest part about moving around so much in one season, as well as who's the one guy you would hate to fight, and why is it Daniel Amesbury?
I'd fight Amesbury any day of the week again. No problem at all.
Oh.
Yeah, they were fun ones. I think we go 4 times in 2 games, me and him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're absolute. Yep. Every single time was absolute blast, right? Just throwing knuckles.
And I promise you, the fans love it.
Oh yeah. There's no one in this league that's like any league I go to. I tell them there's no one that scares me enough. I'm doing it for so long, and like I'd love to go anyone. added on to
Speaking
the
about
list. I think I'm at
travel,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I
you're
had
good.
leg.
Keep going.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm really am. But about your traveling and all that stuff, I saw that you played a little bit in the EOSHL up in Canada, and I am friends with a few people in the Western Ontario Super Hockey League, whatever. What style would you say is a more competitive and more professional, the Super Hockey League or the Federal Leagues?
Oh, Federal League for sure. Super Hockey League. Everyone always says about the Fed, oh, I can play in the Fed. And it's like, then why don't you? Definitely because like it's a lot tougher than you think it is, especially with like the 19-player roster and stuff. You get kids that like you seen good guys get cut this year all the time, right? And it's definitely been always stronger than what people think. The EOHL is just a bunch like you do obviously have some solid players in there, but it's also a bunch of guys that just play juniors from back home that just live in the town or close by.
And talking about that, and don't we have some new amended rules that just was put down, I believe today, about roster less spots for suspensions and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you been able to review those? I know we're going to touch on it in a mini episode that's going to drop later this week, but have you ever played in a league where there has been repercussions for roster limitations and also suspensions for coaches when it comes to players involved in, I think it's 2 or more fights in a game or something like that?
No, I've never really been involved in that situation. Juniors was, I think, three fights out of the game. And the thing with roster limitations, like it's the first time I've ever really heard of it, right? And we're supposed to be a prospect league. I don't know why they only have 19 guys on a roster. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're supposed to be helping move guys up to the next level, to the SB, East Coast, whatever
Right.
it is. Like, why don't you have a 22, 23-man roster? They have enough living for it and stuff. And I think I see what they're trying to do, trying to make the league better, but your prospect league, help the kids out, right?
Maybe
Right.
to cut down on operational costs, maybe, is my thinking why they wanted to keep it low, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think it's that big of a difference, but it probably plays a little factor in it for sure.
Right. Taylor, you have something
We
for
have
us?
another.
Oh, go ahead, Anna. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to mention we have another fan question. This one comes in from Erin, who's also a mod and will be a future host on our show starting shortly. She wants to know, what is your favorite away barn to play in?
Oh, that's a good one. We always rate the barns to play in. I'm a big fan of Carolina's ice. I love Carolina's ice for sure, and the way you get treated there is very well. Port Huron, because of the way showers, just the best showers in the league, and that's a big thing for us for sure. After games, like you go to Danbury, there's not even hot water. So
Oh, Lord.
it's always it's always different everywhere you go. But yeah, I'm a big Carolina guy for sure. I like playing at that barn. It's always loud. It's like Columbus. It's always loud, packed out, and it's a lot of fun.
You know, during the Trasher days, I heard that the lack of hot water was intentional. So I wonder
Oh
if
yeah.
that's the
Oh,
same with Danbury now.
wouldn't surprise me one bit up there.
You have a little guy back there turning off the hot water. Nope, not for you.
McCurry's got some good tricks up his sleeves for sure.
Yeah, I like it. It keeps that friendly competition, you know.
Oh yeah. It's like some teams have a smaller bench, so little trick. Away benches are shorter, so when you sit down, your butt's below your knees, because then your lactic acid can't run through your body, so your legs get more tired.
Oh, wow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Columbus has smaller bench or shorter benches on their away bench.
And
I
that was
did
a
not
medical
know
segment from
that.
Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really fascinating.
Oh yeah.
Another fan asked by the name Just a Bill, can you tell us the story of your first hockey fight?
My first hockey fight. That was a long time ago, but it was tryouts for a junior team back home, and I'm pretty sure I still had a cage on back then. I was like 16 years old. I ended up just dropping gloves. It was a fun one, and I'm like, man, I love doing this. But my first pro fights was I was in Watertown for preseason games against Cornwall. I'm pretty sure I
Oh,
had
the Nationals.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had 2 fights in the first period right away. And coach came in the room. I got kicked out of the game too. Coach came in the room and said, "Here's your contract." That was a fun
Nice.
one.
Oh wow! Isn't Cornwall kind of like Columbus arena a little bit? It reminds me of a lot like Columbus and Cornwall's arena. To me, a lot of like.
Yeah, I think it's like that. I think it's a little like Mississippi too, kind of the way you walk in and stuff. It's very,
Right.
very similar.
Sorry, I'm just looking through the chat, looking for
No,
some
no,
good
you're good.
questions.
Yeah, I think I
Taylor?
just hit 95 pro fights now. I think I hit.
Oh, wow! Do
In
you
the
have like a
last 7
blog
years.
about all of them? Do you have like a blog, like
Not
the
really.
fight of Alex, number one?
I started writing down some of the stories I have with the guys over the years, like lots of fun stuff. My first years in Danville, that was a blast. Some of the most fun I had.
Maybe one
Can you
day
tell
I
us
will
about
get you a book.
Yeah.
a fight log?
Sorry, Anna, go ahead. Yeah, the memoirs of Alex Basey, or something like
There you go.
that.
So I, peeked a little at your stats, and I noticed you already have over 2 hours of penalty minutes for this season. And I personally wanted to know, what do you think about while you're in the penalty box? And also, can you tell us about one of the funniest chirps you've heard since either this season or just your time playing?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you just sit there like, man, what am I doing right now? If you make a little mistake. But most of the time, it's a good time. Away rinks, I'm always hearing it from the fans for sure. Columbus has some funny fans around the box. Absolutely. Um, One of the funniest chirps actually is from Lane King. I was in Danville at the time. I just got sent down from Quad City. And Kinger's on the ice, and he goes, "Base, we heard you got called up. We all had a good laugh." my own bench
no.
started laughing. My own bench
Oh,
started
man.
laughing too and stuff, and like it was a pretty good one. I'm buddies with Kinger. I ended up beating the wheels off him right after that one, but
Oh, you paid for it, huh?
yeah. We talk about that one all the time. We laugh about it. We laugh about that actually in Columbus.
I guess to follow up on that, like with Scansbury in Mississippi, I believe, had a little altercation with a fan. What was the one thing in the penalty box or in the players box that pissed you off, or was it what fan reaction made you most upset in the game? What did they say to you? Did they have a sign?
In Mississippi, or is it anywhere?
Anywhere.
Anywhere? No, I haven't had a whole lot of bad interactions. Sometimes if we're winning and we're up, I'll just start chirping back and just make the fans excited and stuff. You can be cocky at that time when you're up by a few goals for sure. But I usually let them do their own thing. Morsey, when we were in Wayville, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the clip of him in the penalty box making fun of a fan. I'm going to have to send it to you guys. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, send it. We'll drop it on the page.
Yeah, absolutely.
In brief, what happened?
Just some bigger guy was chirping him, and he starts walking around the penalty box like he has a big barrel and with a cane and stuff. He uses a stick as a cane. It was pretty funny.
Taylor?
Taylor? So I saw that you played in Quad City, didn't you, for a little period of time?
I did.
What's your experiences with Quad City?
Quad City, I loved it. I was there my second year. Second year pro, I'm pretty sure they were a newer team. They're in the league 2 or 3 years or something. But their rink is one of the nicest rinks I've ever played in my life. That's a fucking real nice rink there.
It used to be called the Mark of the Quad Cities, I believe. Now it's the Tax Slayers Arena or something like that.
Yeah, Tax Slayers Arena. It's a pretty big place. It was nice. I was only there for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I played in Peoria too as well.
Oh, the Riverman. Did you see Wade Lovin?
No.
He's supposed to be their super fan there. Yeah, there's.
Oh yeah.
Wade
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, Wade. Oh God. Back in the day, Quad City was a very bad spot.
Yeah.
Generals fan in the UHL. I used to like the Clinton Generals in the UHL, but I think we have Taylor back.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
All right.
We'll get him back. So I wanted to ask you, last year you were the captain for the Delaware Thunder. Can you tell us about your time there? I know the fans, they are probably some of the best fans in the league. I know they fought really hard to try to keep the fairground. And can you talk about your time with how everything unfolded with that?
Yeah. I was pretty sad to see it go, to be honest. I was there for so long, right? That's the longest I've been in a team. My pro career, 3 years. Fans are just so loyal. Like, we went through some hard times there, and every fan showed up every game there.
Yeah.
They were helping. They made a whole bunch of signings and stuff to be like, no, get the governor or the commissioner or whatever of the rink to get out of there. So, like, we want to keep hockey here. But it was sad to see it go. The only problem there is just the rink size, right? Like,
Right.
Waithville here is a smaller rink, but it seats already more than Delaware did, right? If they fixed that rink, they made it more seating, they would have had, I feel like they'd still be around right now.
To me, Wickville looks like a horse barn that has a sheet of ice laid in the middle of it.
It does, doesn't it? And it used to be a horse barn. Yeah.
Oh, did it really? Nice.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
But it has honestly some of the best ice in the league for skating wise on, because it's all brand new, right? So it's actually really great ice.
Taylor, back to you.
All right, can you finally hear me?
We can.
Hey, welcome back.
All right.
Welcome back.
Earlier in the podcast, you mentioned while you were in Columbus, one of the reasons why you left there was you were having issues, or you and Boom Boom didn't see eye to eye, so to speak. What happened with that?
Yeah, it just he's an all right guy. I didn't mind him at all off the ice, but I think he's just stuck in his old ways. And like they're a great team every year, and I think that's why they just honestly they're always up there. But why they don't win it is I think he's a part of it. They're just old systems, same old practices, and like if they had someone like Zimmer, our coach, in there who just has a new style, I feel like it would be a big difference.
A little dump and chase action. Dump and chase.
Yeah.
So, any other questions, Taylor? I have one more, but Taylor, you haven't talked much, so you have another one?
I have another one. In your past and current teams that you've been on, what's one teammate you'd like to have on your line with you?
One teammate?
Yeah, one teammate. If you had to pick any from any team, any roster, one teammate that you'd like to have on your line.
I got to play with my good friend Dustin Henning again in Watertown. You guys know Henner, the old man.
Oh,
yeah, 39 years old, still killing it.
We've been trying to get in touch with him to come on the show. So if you talk to him, tell him we'd love to have him on.
I will, absolutely. Absolutely. I got to play with Schmidt for the first time. I don't know if you guys remember a guy, Eric Masters.
Yes, he's been on the show, actually. He's great.
Yeah, that's one of my best buddies. He's one of my favorite guys to play with, for sure.
He's a real inspiration. I know. Yeah, he went through some pretty horrific stuff, and just to see how well he's come out of that has been awesome.
Oh yeah, he just always has a positive attitude. So that's why I always try and get under his skin. Never works.
Can I ask, do you
go ahead.
have any pregame rituals or superstitions?
Uh, a little bit. So, do you guys remember Chris Affinati?
Sure, if I
No?
know
Yeah, I
him.
do. He was like 5 foot nothing, but he'd fight any damn thing.
Yeah. So he took me through. He's actually a skills coach up in Chicago and stuff, and he took the guys through a little like hip flexor warm up and everything. And honestly, to this day, from that first year, I still do the same hip flex movements before. And just like it's crazy how it works. So that's my only suspicion or whatever, however you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm terrible at spoken English sometimes, so you'll get a couple words off.
Same, I understand. I get you.
That's all right. That's right, eh?
Yeah.
No. So in the future, where would you like to see yourself? Obviously, working your way up in the league. What team would you like to see yourself finally ending your career with, and at what league?
I don't know. It's like everyone's goal is to get a couple coast games in, but honestly, that's still my goal. Get a couple games in. It's great for training kids back in the day and stuff, so that you have those East Coast games. But honestly, I'm just anywhere I end up, I try and make the positive of it, and like that's what you got to do, right? We
Right.
do this for the love of the game, so you better love it everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Devine is a good example of somebody that started in this league and is now killing it in the ECHL. He's showing them a little Fed love over there with the punches and all that stuff. He's doing good.
Oh yeah, I fought him back when he was in Watertown, when he went in Watertown. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah.
I'm sure that was a good fight.
Yeah, that was a fun one. He's always got that stupid smirk on his face, and I was trying to knock him out.
Do you have any more
I
questions,
love
Anna?
him. I used to call him my best frenemy because he's always so nice but can be so mean at the same time. Like you want to be on his good side. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
He seems to have
Yeah.
a little bit. He seems to maybe have a little bit of smirkiness to him. So he's like very witty. He's not like dumb. He's a very witty, smart.
Oh
Talking
yeah,
and all
oh
that
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we're all not dumb. All the tough
Oh
guys.
no,
We
no.
got some braids up there.
Absolutely. I
All right,
wanted to
sorry.
know, can you tell us about a funny road story, or maybe I know some players are into pranks, so do you have a story like that you could tell us about?
Road stories. We got some good ones. Yeah.
Cool.
We had problems with the buses back in the day in Danville, so we'd break down all the time, right? So it
Oh,
was
the Danville
always
bus.
oh yeah. I think we had to do 3 our first year. But the fun one was with Daniel Martin here when I was rookies with him. We had vans. We had a Friday at home in Danville and a Saturday in Carolina. And Coach Clarkey was like, "Yeah, well, we leave at midnight. Looks like rookies are driving." So I'm
Ooh.
pretty sure him and Daniel Martin and Matt Kalutis, we stayed up all night. Kalutis was just making sure we were all right, and we just drove the whole night, listened to music, just chatting away. That was a fun one. Another one, Dustin Henning had an expedition, and we didn't have enough space, so we put a mattress in the back of the expedition. And there's me and Bra sitting on the mattress, sleeping the whole way to the
Cuddling.
game. Yeah.
Oh my god. You said like listen to music. What's your favorite band?
Favorite band? I'm a big
Yeah.
country guy right now. I like Coulter Wall, Stapleton. I'm just big into the country right now, blues and country.
What about Jelly Roll? I know he kind of does like the bluesy country
Yes.
stuff.
Oh yeah, big old Jelly Roll, eh?
Yeah,
he's,
I'm a fan.
Oh yeah,
He,
he's got some good new songs out actually right now. He's working on that.
And so I wanted to ask, is there any word? Have you been in contact with anybody that has discussed? I know they talked about possibly moving the Thunder to another location in Delaware. Have you heard anything about the Thunder maybe coming back?
Yeah, so I talk to Penn Senior once in a while still. And he talks to me about that. I don't think it's looking good right now.
Oh,
I don't see, just because from my understanding is they had the land donated to them in the town above in Delaware. So not Harrington, Dover, Delaware. But the problem is he has to getting the funding and people to build the rink and stuff. And it's like, what, like $5 million, $4 million, right? That's trying to find the sponsors or people to build that. That'll take a few years, I personally think, to get together.
I have a quick question from a fan in the chat. This is actually my mom, so shout out to my mom because I do that just about every episode. Hey mom. She wants
Hey,
to know,
Mom.
what does
What's
your
up?
mom think about all of your fights?
My mom? Oh, yeah. Good old Mama Bear. I'll say hi to my mom, too, right now. She's probably watching. My dad.
Hey Mama
Mom.
Basey.
Hey, Mom, what's up?
She gets nervous once in a while, for sure. But there's been a couple times she goes, "You better beat that guy up." So
Yes.
absolutely, she loves it.
I do have a question for you. It's a question that is getting passed around a lot in all these leagues, and that comes from the Professional Women's Hockey League, the little penalty rule. What do you think about that? Do you know about the penalty rule they have that's in question?
Yeah. So that's if you score on a shorthanded goal, your penalty's
Yes.
over. Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of different. I think it's kind of cool, but I don't know. I'm kind of stuck in my older ways as well, just the way games played and stuff. And I just like it's always nice to get a shorthanded goal and then kill the rest of the power play. Then your team's really buzzing, right? So
Right.
there's a difference in that for sure.
Is there any rule that you would like to see changed or modified? And we'll call it the Basey rule.
The Basey rule? No, not really. I think
rule.
the rules are pretty solid. I think there's a couple too many. So that SVHL, I think, is on ice is a little more fun because there's one ref. So it's not both the one ref, two linesmen. So I feel like in the Fed having the two refs is just a bit too much. Because once one starts calling all the penalties and what the other one's probably like, I better start calling some here too now. But you never know, right? Like I think they're like some games have been. I think this year's been better with reffing, to be honest with you, than previous years. I thought last year was a bit of a gong show, but I think they've cleaned it up a bit now, and they're kind of just letting some more stuff go. But yeah.
The SVHL referees' outfits this year are hideous looking. They look like space commanders or something like that.
Yeah, they're different for sure, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about a hobby? I know there's one specific hobby that every single player has said that they do in the off season, and I want to know what is your favorite thing to do in the off season?
Talk about golfing?
Absolutely. Are you a golfer?
I honestly just got into it in Columbus. I think we golfed every Sunday.
I'm not surprised.
So I got my set down there, and then I found out I got traded to Watertown, so I had to put the golf set away pretty quickly. It's a little colder up there, but yeah, golfing's a lot of fun. I'm a big lake guy, like sitting at the lake on the boat and stuff, and just relaxing. You know, my goal is to train all week, do my work, my training, and take the weekends off. So like here during the season, we get basically one day off a week, right? Monday. So Monday's usually our Sunday fun day.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Since I'm from Port Huron, you know, we have all these big freighters that pass by the Blue Water Bridge and all that stuff. So yeah, I live like a half mile from Lake Huron, so it's very nice to see the lake, and we're on the sunrise side, so it's nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially in Ontario, there's just millions of small lakes around. We're not as far down as south as you guys, where you got gators and stuff, So.
Yeah, actually, you know, I was in Columbus, but now I live about 4 miles from Mexico, believe it or not. We're out here over in El Paso, so there is absolutely zero water here. About 3 months of the year, they open the little levee thing, and I see the Rio Grande that is very not grande at all. So, but yeah, I hope to get back to Columbus soon, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Rio Small Day.
Yeah.
So I know we're getting short on time, but I wanted to ask. I ask every player if I can when they come on. Who's your favorite NHL team, and do you have a specific player that you look up to?
Oh yeah, Boston Bruins. Let's go Bruins. I grew up in Oshawa, Ontario. I used to be a big Anaheim fan. Paul Kariya was my guy back in the day. That's why I think I play most like right now, Paul Kariya. But no, Oshawa Generals was the farm team for the Boston Bruins. So that's why my dad's a big fan too of the Bruins. I slowly went on there, and then you guys should probably guess who my favorite player is.
Got to be Brad Marchand. It's got to be.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guy who's a little rat. He still puts up, 90 points a season? It's amazing what he does.
Yeah, but he is amazing with the fans. I've seen some videos that they put online that he's so good with the fans and the kids, and I think that goes so far. Speaking as a fan, and I mean, you guys in the Fed are amazing too. Like, you guys really do go above and beyond, and on behalf of the fans, I want to say thank you. But is there anything you would want to say to your fans that are watching, and your haters too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thanks for all the support,
haters.
even if you hate me. Yeah. Thanks for all the support and stuff, and we wouldn't have jobs without you guys. So I appreciate everything, and like, I try and do as much community stuff as I can as well. I think it's a lot of fun. Plus, all we do is practice, so try and get out there and help out. So, oh yeah, thanks again.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I wish we could, had more time, but we don't want to take up your whole night. But we really appreciate you touching on the stuff with Helen. So hopefully, like, Mississippi can kind of calm it down a little bit. See, you're a great guy. We look forward to following you throughout the rest of the season. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks a lot,
tell
guys. I
Sami
appreciate
Zayn-
it.
I appreciate
Tell
you.
Sami
Can't wait
Zayn
to
hi
see
for
you on
us.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you can meet Taylor on Thursday when you're in Carolina.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I'll see you there
guys
for
have
sure.
to
for
send
being
us a selfie.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Selfies. Be safe.
Thank you.
All right,
I'll add
be
you
safe.
on
We'll talk
Facebook
with
and
you
have a good
soon.
day.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys.
Quitters never win, even if you take a few licks on the chin. Just keep your head down and carry on. You fight like hell, turn the other cheek. It's what separates the strong from the weak. That's just the way that the